Okay, good morning, students. So, today we start another topic of our chapter, continuing chapter, which is chemistry in everyday life. And this is the fifth part of the chapter. And yesterday I saw that RK30 is due about some salts and about some theories of acid and bases. I hope you all get it. And due to some reasons, I am unable to take online classes, but I will take them soon. So, for now I only take these classes through the online lectures, and please share about your queries and your difficulties you are facing while teaching this or by seeing this lecture. So today we start, the topic is soap and detergents. Soap, this is a term we have so familiar with. This is a substance that is used to cleaning something, our body, our hairs, or the clothes we have to take or we use in a daily life. So soaps are generally mixtures of sodium and the potassium salts of higher fatty acids. Now the first question rises in our mind is, what are fatty acids? So fatty acids are this formula, having the similar formula, that is CH2COOR and CHCOOR and CH2COOR. Okay, and here C is in the carbon, as is hydrogen, as you all know. Here R is an alkyl group. What is alkyl group? Having carbon and hydrogen. So when these fatty acids just react with NaOH, and what is NaOH here? That is sodium hydroxide. Then soap is formed, and soap is RCOO and A. That is a common formula of soap. And in addition to this, CH2OH, CHOH and CH2OH, glycerol, and glycerol is formed. So here you can see that in this reaction, what is happening in this reaction? This OH molecule, just there are three molecules of NaOH, and the OH molecule substitutes from this and get attached to this side, and as a result OR displaces this and here attached to this side. So here this is the preparation of soaps. Now the soaps, actually the long chain fatty acids, the carbon here, the number of carbon may be varies to carbon 12 to carbon 18. Okay, and as I just tell you that there are two types of salts or the soaps, that is potassium and the sodium. So mainly these are obtained by heating of fatty acids with the same reaction, of course, and sodium hydroxide and the potassium hydroxide. If we are preparing, there is a important thing we are discussing here. When we are preparing the sodium based soap, then we will use the reaction with NaOH. But when we are preparing the potassium soap, then we will just react this with the potassium hydroxide, that is KOH. Okay, so this is the main phenomenon I just want to talk here. The soap so obtained in this reaction separated by, now the soap is preparing, of course, but it is containing some impurities, and these kind of impurities are separated by sodium chloride. Soaps are obtained are the sodium and the potassium salts. Now we can discuss the two types of salt, that is potassium salt and the sodium salt. So what are the properties of the sodium salt and what are the properties of the potassium soap? So here you can see that potassium soap, these are soft in nature. Soft in nature, that means to say that these are mainly used in the conditioners, in the shampoo and the shaving creams, and these are the expensive as compared to the sodium soap, or is compared to the sodium. So glycerine is at a transferred soap. For example, Pears, you all heard the name of Pears soap, and Pears soap is mainly based on the potassium soap, and it does not react with the hard water, because there is a main important topic here. You have to just emphasize your mind here, that this does not react with what? Hard water. Hard water actually containing calcium and magnesium ions. What? Hard water what contains? Calcium and magnesium ions, which substitute potassium or sodium from the soap, and this potassium and sodium is mainly responsible for the cleaning agent. And when we just displace sodium and potassium from the soap, then there is no cleaning effect remained in the soap, so it get ineffective, and that get precipitated in the bottom. So the cloth is not clean, or these are not getting effective, and that is why and that is why potassium salts and sodium soap are not that much effective or with hard water, okay, but they are just effective with the soft water. The soft water, on the other hand, these are the hard in nature, known as the hard soaps. And here's Mg and Ca2 plus ions substitute Na ions from soap, and due to this high fatty acid form which get insoluble and get precipitated. This is the same topic I have just discussed with you, and this is the main and the important topic from the soap and detergent. Okay, now this is about sodium soap. Okay, next topic we will start here, that is detergent. And you all know detergent are like soap, but they work with both hard and soft water, so they are all generally used for the cleaning action. Detergents are actually sodium alkyl sulfate. Okay, sodium alkyl, this is sodium alkyl and sulfate. Okay, sodium alkyl sulfate and sodium alkyl benzene. Here benzene is C6H5, so they may be sodium alkyl sulfate or sodium alkyl benzene. And besides, a detergent react with hard water because they have the quality to just remove the calcium and magnesium ions from the hard water and act as a cleaning agent. In organic phosphate, sodium peroxide oxyborates and phosphorescent compound are mixed to it and to increases quality. Okay, and it create a problem, maybe sometimes it create a problem of the water pollution. So detergents are adding some other chemicals also, that is why we use it in a limited way. So today we discussed the two topics, mainly soap and detergent. I'm not taking much of the topics at a time because it get difficult for everyone. So just one part of the chapter is left now, and that is micelle formation and the cleaning action with soap. And this is the very minor and the easy topic. So we will discuss in the next lecture, and you do with the worksheets of this lecture and the previous lecture I have provided yesterday. So okay, do study at home, stay safe. Thank you, students.